hold while we connect you to the next available agent.
Dang, you know what I just realized? I forgot to put deodorant on. I can smell my armpits right now. They don't smell great. My clothes smell really good because I'm using this new kind of cologne, let's say.
Uh-huh.
It's called Flower Boy. Thanks to Linus for that.
Our intros are getting weirder.
I just realized it. I took a shower. I literally took a shower like 2 hours ago and forgot.
That's enough. For
It's
2
good that the
hours,
distance between us is
What
far,
kind of
far enough.
deodorant do you guys use? Like
Far
classic
enough.
stuff, Old Spice?
I don't know what I have. Like I try to take the most natural one. Like I take the flowers from outside and put.
That's the problem, dude. The deodorant I have is like this like really natural organic stuff, but it lasts like, I don't know, 30 minutes and then sweats off and
But
then it's like I
don't
never put it
forget
on.
that the shower is a basis, and then we need to add some stuff, right?
Yeah, but I did. That's what I'm saying. I showered 2 hours ago. I forgot to put the deodorant on, but normally when I put it on and we practice, like 30 minutes into practice, I'm like, why am I smelling anything other than flowers right now?
I don't want to be in Kropa's skin like when he's doing post production and he's like watching the video and did we start already in this moment or
And please don't talk about practice because I didn't see you for a long time in the gym. Eh?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Let's definitely breeze over that. Let's not talk about that. It's very hard for me right now.
Yeah, you are not sweating for what, like 3 weeks already?
Now, knock it off, okay?
He was stressed on the games, so he was sweat.
That's right. And I am still working out super hard, baby. I'm doing everything I can.
Yeah, like, but we don't see it.
That's true. I mean, dude, that's the hardest part. You know what's all right, fine. I guess we're going this way. Here's what I'll tell you. Here's what I'll tell you is crazy about like being the injured guy. What's really tough is like people make jokes and like you're on vacation and like I get it, you know? And I would make the same jokes if this guy wasn't here for a few weeks, you know, because of an injury.
I hope you are telling this only to the guys who are listening to us, because here you have two guys who are like 35 and 37 years old, and we've been injured before, so we know how it is.
And we miss you.
Yeah.
Man. We miss you so much on the practice.
So don't go aggressive into like in front of us. Yeah, tell the people how it is. How does it feel? People think you are on vacation and they are joking that you don't do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, we don't need to get into injury because I think we've gotten to that in this podcast already, maybe, or we will at some point. Never mind. I don't actually want to get into it, dude, honestly. All I was saying is like, I think it's just really, I had a better point and I completely forgot. That's the honest truth. I had a point I was going to make.
I think you are injured since we started this podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you are not healthy here in the studio.
No.
So maybe we should stop and then you will come back. You would come back.
That's a good idea. You know what?
Okay.
Dump it. Cut it. Just cut it.
Okay, let's
Cut it, dude.
You said you have some topic to speak about in our long intro that we have 37 minutes. Maybe we can break this record today.
Yeah, we can break the record. No, I was going to ask, we were talking before this about how I had an idea. I think we should get Kropis a camera, and I have all these ideas for the images. We should use the graphic, which, by the way, if you guys like our graphics or don't, or they have any ideas, drop a comment, dude.
And shout out to Janek Nowakowski who did our graphics,
yes,
which are at the beginning.
Amazing job.
And
here's what
thumbnails.
this is collaboration 101. This is why I love this. This is why it's so important to learn how to be a good teammate, learn how to collaborate, is because like I don't like that our shit is so colorful. I don't like it. I prefer things that are more monochromatic, that have a little more taste and style, and this is just very bright and whatever. And you guys like color, and so to me it's like I want to find a happy medium when we're all stoked.
I want to punch you on the face.
Why?
Because we had a time that we spoke about it and you didn't say even one word how you would like to see it. Like how what's your favorite color?
I even remember.
I said monochromatic.
No, man,
never.
I even remember we were in the locker room in France before the game or before some practice in France on our Challenge Cup game, and Janek sent me this graphics, and I was so excited. Like I showed it to Kropas, and I showed it to you, and you said like, "This is great. This is so amazing," and that's all. Like you didn't say, but I don't like that it's so colorful or whatever. So I said in this moment, Janek was open like to change everything, or are we going this way or no? And you said, it's amazing. I love it. okay, I understand it's like you want to be polite and everything, but after you could say, but guys, I prefer to have something different, but you didn't say it, so that's why we have these graphics.
Here's why I love
Amazing
having
graphics.
two fellow daddies in the room, okay? Because this is the truth, and this is what you said. You said, if you have a better idea, make it happen.
This
If I have a
is-
better idea, find someone to do the graphic, pay them to do the graphic, or come up with your own graphic and present it, and let's decide.
Yeah, so this is the last episode that we have these graphics, and for the next one, Taylor will bring another
I'm gonna
graphics,
draw-
Way
and
better.
he will stop be like theory guy. He will be the action guy next time, and he will
Yeah.
bring his own graphics.
And this brings me into a beautiful, what I originally was like, this is what I want to talk about. Let's just start rolling and talking about this. Because it was on my mind. This was my day. So I woke up this morning and I felt just amazing for whatever reason. I felt so good, just like confident and great. And, you know, I've been going through a lot of different things emotionally, being out here, being injured and not playing. It's like taken me through its own roller coaster. And I've had plenty of injuries to know how to handle it and manage it. Anyways, I felt great today. Went to breakfast with Linus and our Serbian Brotherhood. And afterwards Strečko, yeah. And afterwards I came back and was like, all right, I got this new like little camera. I want to start vlogging. I want to bring my podcast, my tallest podcast on earth back. I want to start creating more just like fun, creative, different avenues for social media content just to like grow the volleyball community and have a little more fun. I have all these ideas, right? And so I was like, perfect. I want to go in the pool today. I'm going to do some stuff for my knee and like swim around and sweat, go in the sauna. So I had like all these things I wanted to do.
Your camera is waterproof?
No, it's not.
Okay.
But I was like, okay, I have so many different things I want to do. I also like write short stories. Sometimes I'm gonna do a little writing, a little reading. And so in my head, there's like 10 different things that I wanted to do with my day. Do you know what I did today?
Nothing.
Fucking nothing.
Amazing day.
And it gave me so much anxiety, and I was like, dude, I should have gone with them they went to this place called Sante where there's swimming pools and saunas, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to go home. I'm going to figure out how to use this camera a little bit. I'm going to try to do like an in-house vlog or like just start the process of it, start the process of learning by doing the thing. And I'm bringing this up because it's a very vulnerable thing to bring up. Okay, it doesn't feel good to know, like sometimes we know the solution and yet we watch ourselves go through the steps of like, you're doing this all wrong. Now you're causing yourself anxiety. Now you're not doing, the solution. The solution is just pick one of them and focus on that one thing and just do it and enjoy doing it. If you need to set a timer, set a 30-minute timer, but just hit the mark.
But would you describe yourself as a guy who has so many good ideas but has a problem to have this spark to start like realizing them or no?
Great question.
Or it's today.
Here's what I'll tell. No, it's not just today. My whole life have been a guy who's like, I have a million ideas, and a lot of them I think are good ideas. And most people listening are going to be like, yeah, me too. I also think I got a lot of great ideas, and we all feel that way, Of course, I think I'm special, and that's what I work through in therapy. Okay, but like for myself, genuinely, I feel like, oh man, I have some really good ideas, some really attainable ideas, some things I've already done, and like most of them, it's just about being consistent. Like here, we meet once a week. Like this is why it's so great to collaborate with people who are motivated, because I might find an excuse not to start this podcast already, or I might find an excuse that the lighting with the green screen on our face in the beginning was like, let's just shoot another one, or like and this is why, first of all, I'm grateful to have people like you guys to work with and to do this with. I really enjoy it. It really helps me a lot. And also, I just wanted to highlight, because it's like, that's how my day was, dude. It's like, I have all these ambitions and things that I'm like interested in doing. And I get so crippled by, at first it's, are they going to make money? Or it's, what is this going to lead to for me? Rather than, how about go shoot a vlog in your house or go film something in your house, never release it, and just edit it and just do it for yourself. Like go try to make something, like I was like, I should just try to make something so cinematic with just the little camera I have and the natural light coming in. Like enjoy the process of learning. And I think often for myself, I get very crippled by all of the things I want to do because I'm such a curious person by nature. I also I don't want to say I make music, but like my brother gave me some programs and I have a little MIDI keyboard and I started playing around with making music. It's like, when I wake up and I have a free day and I could do something, I'm like, I have 15 things that I want to do. And I end up doing, most of the time, I end up doing almost none of it.
Bro, but I don't know if I understood. So can you tell me in one sentence, what's the explanation why you didn't do anything today?
Great question.
Because you didn't.
Because
didn't
today
say
was
it.
sounds like it was the perfect day
Yeah.
to start your vlogging today, because we had first 3 day for I don't know how many days. Like we are all the
Right.
time
I can
practicing or
bet
playing games.
that even if you video the breakfast with Brata and Linus, it would be an amazing content.
Just putting camera like somewhere on the
Yeah.
table and start
For sure.
and leave it, like forget about it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man.
So today's
Why?
excuse is
Why?
Today's excuse is I was crippled by all the ideas that I want to do, and therefore I did none of them. You know, and and this is I'm saying this vulnerably because I also I know that so many people struggle with the same thing. They have so many ideas. There's so many reasons not to do something, and I'm wise enough to know just do it. Put out a piece of content you don't think is worthy. Just do it, because no one gives a shit. And to me, it's always been about like, why are you doing the thing? That will carry you into consistency. So to me, it's like, if I'm just going to do a vlog because I think it's a good idea, that's not enough. I have to do it because I know that the 15-year-old version of me would have loved to see what it was like to be an American guy playing professionally overseas. I would have loved to know, what is David Lee eating for breakfast? I would have loved to know that shit. And often, like for myself, I am standing in my own way by being like, what are my peers going to think? They're not going to think it's that cool. Now I'm going to be the guy at lunch doing this. Like, that's not cool. I don't want to do that.
That's the main thing. I always think that I'm not enough, that the content will be so boring that no one wants to watch it. And it's not true, obviously, because, you know, we have...
I will bring you a really short book with the yellow cover, and the title is Show Your Work. And it's like really, like you will read it like in 30 minutes, and it opens the mind for you. It will open your mind for doing, because... people made already everything or almost everything in the internet. Like, it's difficult to do something original and to do something and think like,
this is original.
This is original. Like, okay, maybe this is original, but I did this for the first time. Nobody ever did it. It's really difficult to make this kind of stuff in the internet. So just do it. What other people's are already done, and maybe people would like to see how you do it, not how the others are doing the same thing, because for them will be interesting. You will be interesting as a person, as a guy who is showing his perspective on this old stuff. So just do it. And if you have problem, like, I don't know, maybe the idea could be to schedule this in your calendar, because we are the guys who have like schedule for everything, and it's done by our manager of the team or our coach, and they are scheduling our time. Today there is a free day scheduled because they said so. So I'm checking the calendar. It's a free day. Okay, so I have a free day. Tomorrow we have 2 practices, and after we go for the game. We are 4 days traveling and playing the games. So maybe if you sit like watching your week and seeing all these practices and travels, and you see like free space here, so put like 2 hours vlogging, bam, and this is scheduled. So you have less excuse to after you wake up and okay, what I'm doing today. I'm vlogging at 10 a.m. like after practice. Okay, after breakfast. Okay,
and you know,
so maybe it would be easier. I don't know. I'm just giving some ideas.
Dude, you're 100% right. I worked with a business coach for a few years, and this was like 101 of us. He's like, when was the last time that you missed a practice? And it's like, fuck. Years. It's been years since I missed a practice or like forgot, or, you know, it's like that doesn't happen. I show up to weights on time every day. We show up to practice on time every day. He's like, you need to start respecting yourself enough to show up to those things that no one's holding you accountable to. And that's also why it's so nice to have a mentor or like a coach of some kind, or friends or peers who can hold you accountable. That's why I like collaborating. This helps hold me accountable, because I don't know why exactly, but like it's just so easy to then make excuses not to do things.
I think that's why also fitness coaches are earning big money, because because people need to have somebody who is waiting for them, who will shout on them if they don't arrive on the gym, and who will tell them what to do. And you know, you have this 1 hour scheduled, and somebody will know that you didn't arrive. And yeah, so this is the idea. You need to have your coach somewhere, or somebody who you are seeing to vlog, to do all this stuff. Because after, I know how it is. It's not like I'm the guy who is always doing stuff, when I was single, I was waking up on my free day and I was planning, okay, I will wake up at 9, I have so many things to do, and after I wake up at 9, I want to go to sleep. I woke up at 11, I have no purpose because only I will know that I didn't do the stuff which I wanted to do. So yeah, whatever, like nobody knows, only I know. So this is the problem. So you can, I don't know which YouTuber, maybe Ali Abdal. I'm watching a lot of his stuff. I don't know if you saw some of his stuff. He's the guy who was the medical student in Great Britain, and he has this huge YouTube channel. And he has a lot of materials about productivity, and he said he's just scheduling like his year. After you schedule your ideal month, and after like a year, week, and a day, and so you plan like basically when you want to go on holidays. When you watch your year, you sit in front of the paper and the calendar, and you see, okay, so in February I would love to go like for 2 weeks. So it's not about our life. We have different life, but sure. I'm speaking about like globally for everyone. So you schedule like when you want to have holidays, when you want to work about some project. Okay, after you take your ideal week. So in my ideal week, of course, I want to work this 4 hours here. I want to meet my friends every week, like let's say Wednesday evening. I want to go on a date with my girlfriend, wife on Thursday evening, and like do it consistently, like every week. I want to read book. I want to do yoga. I want to do weights. Like you try to schedule your week and book this time even for yourself, like for the small things, like even for having good coffee, like outdoors, or I don't know, going shopping, and schedule all this stuff. Because normally, and I do the same, like when I have some free time, I have this idea, okay, I will go to grab some coffee. But you can schedule this like in your ideal week and ideal day after, and try to stick to the plan. And maybe this will create this mindset in your head that, okay, this is something I planned before, so I better do it. Not just an idea after waking up, because after you wake up, you are tired and you don't want to do anything.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? I don't need another. You're so right. Like if you were to go on YouTube and search productivity or how to be creative, like we all know, like for me, it's like I know the answers. I know the answers are write things. If you want to really be productive and you value the productivity to do all the projects you want to do, it's very simple. Write them in your Google Calendar, and when they show up to them consistently, and don't think any little bit above that. Write it every week, what you're going to do, show up and do it, and then talk to yourself in a year and reanalyze how it's been going. And I can imagine it'd be going great. Then I'd have multiple podcasts out and doing so many different things, or I'll have learned so many different lessons. I say all of that because this is me trying to be also super honest. And I've always felt like if it doesn't really matter to me, I won't show up and do it consistently. And now what's so hard is like, to me, I'm trying to, not create too many options for myself. So the option should just be do it, because it's something else I noticed. I've been joking in having this issue with my knee, and also with like, I've had some gut stuff going on, and I've talked to Polish doctors, USA doctors, like people from, everyone has like a slightly different opinion. And then I go on the internet and I'm like, oh, why are antibiotics? This was one, I'm supposed to potentially take antibiotics for this thing in my gut. And so, which I have SIBO. Let's just talk about it, dude. I have something called, it's not called SIBO. It sounds like a sexually transmitted disease. It's not, I swear to God. But look it up. It's called SIBO. It's like something irritable bowel. I don't even know. I'm screwing it up.
Actually, we have your MRI here. You can.
No, but like my gut's messed up. And anyways, I might have to take antibiotics. And I was like, well, my dummy brain is like, antibiotics are not good. I think more of like a holistic homeopathic style for your body has the answers. I'm not a big fan of just Western medicine, let's say. And then I have this doctor from Harvard telling me like, here's what you should do. And it's like, damn, she's spent the last 30 years studying, like I should believe her, right? But then I go on the internet and I find every excuse, not that she could be wrong or that they're not good for you. The point of this is like, I'm starting to, and this is just my journey, okay? But I am really starting to feel like it doesn't fucking matter what decision you make, just make it, just do it. Because there is no right decision, there is no wrong decision, there is just a decision from which you can learn from and move forward and grow from. And a lot of that stems from the fact that I was forced into religion as a childhood and did not agree with it. So I constantly am searching for truths. And that's the kind of person I am. So it's so hard for me to know, like, what is true? At the end of the day, I'm a truth seeker, baby. I just want the truth. I just want to do the best thing.
Lazy truth seeker, right?
No, dude. In fact, not lazy that I will drive myself fucking insane spending 7 hours watching YouTube videos or trying to understand something just to realize, just do it. Just take the antibiotics and see how it feels. And if you hate it, don't do it anymore. Or just try that diet. And if it doesn't work for you or you're getting great results, keep doing it. Or just pick one of the... You want to work your quads. Well, there's like 12 or 15 different movements and exercises that I've learned from, and I want to do all of them. How about just pick 3 and do them consistently? Like that's those are that's the reality. And instead, I'm like constantly searching for like, what is the truth? What is the 1 or 2 things? And I'm 30, almost 32 years old, and I'm realizing like it never mattered, and it doesn't matter.
It sounds like procrastination. You know this word?
Yeah.
So it's perfect definition. Like you talk a lot, you search a lot, but you're not doing anything.
Right,
so
right.
This is bad, man.
You're totally right. I don't think, I mean, there is no bad to me because to me it's like, this is the part that I'm having to learn from because of who I am. Yeah, I hate it, right? Like even bringing it up, it's like, why am I even bringing this up? It's making me seem like such a bitch. Like, I don't know, right? It sucks. I almost hate talking about it. I'm bringing it up for the people, and also it's just the truth, dude, you know.
But how do you think when you will wake up after your career, like first day after your career, when you stop to play volleyball, and are you going to exercise, like to go for the weight session like 3 times a week? Because this is the thing, and we had this conversation a few years ago. I was in Bełchatów and we arrived on the weights like really early, and people were like, some people from the outside of the team, like people who are not pro athletes, they were already working out like 7:30 or 8 a.m. And we had this conversation with the other guys, like, I don't know, we are getting money to stay in shape, to play good volleyball. So the motivation is mostly like, I go on these weights really in the morning to be in shape, and because I signed the contract with the club.
Right.
But people are actually paying money to wake up at 8 and this is just their will to stay in shape. So this is the main question is, can I do it when I will have to pay for this instead that somebody will pay me for this, you know?
Yeah.
And you, what do you think?
Yeah.
You will do it.
100%. I mean, that's because fitness changed my life.
Like the vlogging today morning. 100%.
Wow, dude, I'm like trying to be so annoyingly honest with like what I'm going through right now, and you guys are just fucking making me feel so bad about myself, dude. So I actually appreciate it, dude. Honestly.
Also, I think I heard that it's important to tell people that what are you going to do? Like write on, I don't know, you're using X,
no.
X Twitter.
No, I did at one point for 5 days in a row though.
Or maybe just record it on Instagram. You know, like record and say to the people that, okay, guys, tomorrow I will vlog. I will make a first episode of vlog. Period. And then you wake up and you are like, shit, I said yesterday to, I don't know, 10,000 people or 50,000 people who are watching me on Instagram that I'm vlogging today. I have to do it. Like you are giving the promise to your followers that you will do it, and people will write you like, man, how was your vlog? What you record? What did you record today?
Maybe the stakes need to be high, dude. I need to make higher stakes. You know what? If you're listening to this and you want to see me vlog, let's come up with some stakes, and if I lose, I have to donate to like a really bad charity or something, you know, like $1,000.
But also you can delegate is the word delegate work to some other people.
I'm looking for a video editor.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you for
here is your video editor.
Yeah, I am looking for someone to edit the video because you're right. I do have a lot, and I was hoping you guys would be like, oh, Taylor, but don't worry. You're also like doing a lot, because I fucking am. And I'm very proud of like the things that I'm doing. And I'm okay to accept that I have the answers. And sometimes I still procrastinate a ton. Sometimes I go through periods where I spend an entire off day. Instead of just choosing one of those things and learning from them, I decided to get overwhelmed by the possibility of all of them. I'm okay that that's my story. I hate it, but I'm okay to continue to learn from it. So it's like, I've said this all the time, like, it's like procrastinating. Like, it's easy for us to say, oh, this is how you do it, because it is really simple. Often, like, the solutions are very simple, and literally as simple as just do it. Block everything out right now and just do it. You want to start a vlog right now, pull out your phone and do a 1-minute vlog. Like, it's that simple.
Just do it. Good sentence to use it in some campaign of some sport brand. I don't know. If only any brand would.
Let's capitalize on it, boys. Let's start a company. Maybe we'll sell shoes or whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll make it really simple. Really simple logo, like something really simple.
We'll just do it on the t-shirts, like everywhere.
And
this could work. This could work.
We need to admit that we are really tired during the season, so it's really hard to be creative and to do something which is fun, because when you have one free day during 2 weeks, you might be a little bit lazy and just want to lay down and don't do nothing. Right?
I mean, you're totally right. The other part of this is, like, I know for myself, I am relearning how to not come at all these problems with a narrative of shame, because for so long it was like, you said you wanted to do this vlog, and now if I don't do it, my brain goes straight into, like, you're not even doing it. You suck, dude. You're not even doing it. It's so simple to do. And then some days I wake up and I'm like, fucking, let's do it. And I do something. And then some days I'm like, all right, I should do the thing. And then when I don't feel like it, I just, like, shame myself. And then I don't do it even further. And then it even further makes me want to not do it. It's crazy. The brain is crazy, dude. The brain's crazy. And when you have too much time, like we do in our job, in our life, and especially for foreign players coming over to a place where none of their friends are here. Luckily, they're great people on this team. But, like, my closest people aren't here. It's cloudy every day. Like, it's not what I'm used to. It's not the same. Like, it's just such a different. And then you're so isolated, so you're in your own thoughts for so long. So thanks for allowing me to make our entire intro about me and basically my therapy. Let's never do this again. Can we never?
It's a good idea.
But this is the truth. Like, we are doing a lot of stuff around volleyball, and because we are pro athletes, and it's okay sometimes to lay down all the day and do nothing. And you can also schedule, like, okay, this week I have a free day. You schedule, I do nothing. Like, I just lay down, watch TV shows. By the way, are you watching any TV shows right now?
I am watching a comedy show called Kill Tony that I love. But no, I'm not the guy. I'm not the TV show guy.
Okay.
Why, are you watching anything?
No, because we started yesterday with my wife. 2 days ago, we started to watch True Detective season 4.
Oh, dude, there's a new season?
Yeah.
That's
why.
I'm gonna start watching it.
I think there are already 4 episodes, and like full season is 6 episodes.
Amazon Prime.
It's HBO Max.
HBO. Yeah. Okay.
It's with Jodie Foster.
Oh wow. Dude, True Detective's so good.
Yeah,
that show's so good.
It's the best. Like, the first season is the best TV show ever. That's why. So we are watching this right now. Kropas, are you an action guy or or theory guy? Like, when you have a lot of ideas and you are doing a lot, or just the ideas guy?
Nowadays, when we work together a lot and we do a lot of stuff together, like, it maybe sounds stupid, but you are now my role model, because you know this guy. He just, when he has some idea in his mind, he's thinking about people, phone calls, and doing it right away. So I'm getting to be better in this.
Yeah.
Just to take action and try even to put some effort, and we'll see what's going to happen. So I guess I'm better and better and better at it.
I mean, what are some ideas that you've wanted to do you've never done? Or, like, are there things you're like, one day I would love this? Or have you just been content, like, playing volleyball and...
You know, I love stock market and I'm pretty good at it, but I don't put lot money on the line, and I just, you know, moving just a little bit. I feel like I can invest way more, put some aggression in it, and be way better. But I'm just, like, playing around.
Dude, we talked about in the locker room doing a Kropis tip of the week, dude. Some sort of stock market tip, unauthorized.
Man, easy money, man. Easy money, baby.
Stock market tip of the week. But I think the one idea you have and you are doing for a long time and you are not close to finish yet is buying a bike. Motorbike.
Yeah, but I made this driving license. It's a huge step, So now I can just buy it and
Sick.
ready to roll. And don't forget, guys, that we have in contract that we cannot ride a bike.
But you can have one.
That's crazy. Also, I don't have that in my contract. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, we have it. So
we cannot ride a motorbike.
And I
This
have
is too-
great ideas to make a vlog and videos about me riding my bike. Put some music in the background, and it would be huge.
Putting the
Nice.
drone up in the air and
Yeah.
following you on the
Nice.
streets of, I don't know,
So
Thailand.
During the summer, for sure. Can't wait.
All right, I'm gonna hold you accountable to it. Okay,
Just do it, man.
just do it, bro.
30 minutes intro. Should we go to the first question? What do you think?
It's time, dude.
Okay, so
Let's answer
we didn't break our record from the last episode,
No.
which, by the way, you have to watch if you didn't see it yet. Okay, I will search for the first question, and this question is from first girl actually in our
Yes, dude.
Let's make some sound.
Shout out
Yes.
to it's which one?
Yes. T-Pain.
Okay, perfect. So her name is wait. Her
Finally,
name is
dude, it's
Zuza.
finally we get some ladies on this show, dude.
Yeah, Zuza, and Zuza has this question. Wait, let's hear it.
Hello guys, I'm Zuza Bartikowska and I have two questions for you. So a lot of young athletes, just like me, struggle with looking healthy, even though sometimes it's just the haters who making us believe that. As I said, I am a volleyball player, I play on the libero position, and I try to make myself more healthier every day. I eat a lot of fruits, etc., and I don't eat too much junk food, even though I hate it. I eat it sometimes because I really crave it. You know what I am talking about. And I still can't lose the weight. Maybe it's just my body. So I really want to ask for some advice from you guys how to avoid haters, try to be more healthy. And I am a person with Olympic dreams, so I really want to ask you guys because you were on the Olympics. So I want to ask yourself.
Well, that's probably the cutest question of all time. And she said, you guys are on the Olympics. Guess what? We did not go to the Olympics. Therefore, we are not qualified to answer this question.
We have only one guy who is about to and is close to go to Olympics, and it's this guy.
If he won't be injured.
If he won't be injured,
Jesus Christ. Can we stop talking about what if, there's some coaches out there watching this and they're like, oh, we don't want this guy anymore. Like, he's got
One leg is enough for you.
injuries. We do, however, have the right person to answer this question, or
Yes.
at least to touch on it first.
yes. You want to tell our
Yeah, it's Kelsey
followers?
Robinson, dude. It's Kelsey Robinson, everybody. It's freaking Kelsey Robinson, dude. And she's like the perfect person to
gold
speak about
medal
this.
winner on the Olympic
right.
Games Tokyo 2020.
And genuinely
21.
an amazing human being. So.
Okay, let's hear Kelsey.
Hi, I actually love that question. It's one that I have spent a lot of my career trying to figure out. And I think the most important thing we can do is look at food as fuel for our bodies, and not necessarily the way we look, but maybe how we perform. And do we have enough energy when we're out on the court and doing the things we need to do during the day? I think the other biggest factor is what works for me might not work for you, and that food and our bodies and nutrition is so individual. So I would recommend starting with intuitive eating. So that's where you sit with your food and you don't have any phones or anything distracting you, and you just listen to your body as to what hungry cues you have. So am I hungry? Am I full? These kind of things, and start there. And then doing some research on how different foods affect your body, whether that's fruit or gluten or dairy, and just tailoring your nutrition to your specific body and how you perform. And then I think the third thing is to just give yourself some grace and love your body and know that it's doing such a beautiful job for you. And whether or not we look a certain way, can we appreciate how we perform? So good luck with your journey, and I hope that helped.
Wow.
Great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Finally, you thought, guys, that we only asked one time Bruno and that's all. And now we have Really.
Now we
really
got
great.
women answering women's questions, dude. This is a
And-
show of equality.
Yeah, and Zuza Barcikowska, she said she has an Olympic dream. That's
Yeah, that's
really
cool.
that's really nice. We are keeping our fingers crossed, and the best thing is that we can have the golden Olympian. This is how you say it, like golden medal winner, Kelsey Robinson, to answer the question of Zuza.
Golden child.
Golden child.
You know,
Yeah.
she did. We'll do our. I would like to touch on this question because I think it
Yeah,
applies
sure.
to both men and women and humans in general. And I think it was really interesting that Kelsey suggested like mindful eating, basically, or intuitive eating. I think she called it.
Have you tried it yet?
Well, so because I've had this issue with my gut for the first time ever, I'm starting to be super aware of how do certain foods make me feel. If I have a glass of milk, how does that make me feel? If I have, I don't know, pancakes and eggs, like, you know, I'm just starting to understand a little more like, oh, these foods don't bother me, but these foods, an hour and a half later, I started farting, or because that was my problem. Farting problem, dude. And it sucked. The point of that is now on this, I'm trying this, like, it's called FODMAPs diet. More or less, it's like I'm trying to restructure my micro biome, basically. But the point is now I'm more than ever trying to understand. Yeah, when you guys know, I posted about like I did a 27-hour fast, and I think I talked about this in a previous podcast.
Yeah.
But the idea being like for the first time, I'm starting to understand when am I thirsty, when am I hungry, and why am I 32 years old or almost 32 and just starting to realize like, oh, yeah, actually when I eat 15 extra chicken wings, it does make me feel like shit. You know, because like so often, at least, and this has been my mind when it comes to like eating specifically, I'm trying to get around, as an athlete, I'm trying to get around 30 grams of protein every 2.5 to 3 hours. I'm trying to eat based on what is my activity. So if I have a morning training, I want to make sure I eat like some oats or some banana or like some like easily digestible carbohydrates to give me energy with some protein. Finish the workout, same idea. Lunch, we have a practice in the afternoon. It's like I'm constantly thinking about the next meal.
But was it always like this, or something made you do it? Like, I don't know,
Yeah,
some injury, or like, were you doing like this all the time since you went pro, or there was some particular, I don't know, moment that you haven't had an injury or some problems that you were struggling, like some medical problems? And
No, I think I remember being like her. I remember being like a young kid who wanted to be better and being like, okay, well, what can I start doing as a 15, 16, 17, 18, and for me also in college, like, what can I start doing to get in better shape and to feel better?
yeah, but when I was younger, I was like searching for, I don't know, maybe you said you had it also, like Vince Carter jumping practice, like how to jump higher.
For sure, 100%.
With Vince Carter, you know, and how to jump like him. But I was not thinking about how to change my meals to be better. Like when my parents were making me food that time when I started to practice. So good for Zuza that she's already thinking about it. Like
It's incredible
it's
that she's
incredible
already
that she
talking
has
about it, yeah.
such an amazing dream. And yeah, like the road for me, like the road is not the same for everyone, especially with the food, because it affects you different, like in a different way. It depends what you eat. You tried not to use your mobile phones and all the things that are distracting you during when you eat, like when you are alone, because it's easy when you have like some partner to eat with, and it's of course rude to use your phone while eating. But when you are sitting alone, like I catch myself many times like watching my, like, I don't know, YouTube or Instagram, scrolling X and eating. And apparently, like Kelsey says, that it's good to try to listen to your body while eating and what you need to put inside your body to stay healthy and to.
I'll say, like, when I went to Italy for the first time, when I first played overseas and played in Italy, it was the first time, like, I remember going to like a restaurant, like a pizza place basically, and ordering a pizza with, like, I grew up on the, like, you won't know this name, but like Mountain Mike's basically pizza, kind of like the pizza with pepperoni and sausage, like all meat pizza. Like my dad, my brother and I, like my mom's out of town, we're ordering the all meat pizza, we're watching some shit on TV, whatever. Like that's what I grew up on. And so I remember coming to Italy being like, yeah, I want prosciutto, I want all these different things. And the guy was like, nah, like you order what's these. And so, like, for example, never in my life could I imagine eating a margarita pizza. Tomato sauce, basil, and cheese. Are you joking? Like, that's not what I'm going to order. And then I went to Italy and was like, oh, wow, I'm appreciating so much simple ingredients. And it made me rethink how I was eating. I was just stuffing food based on like, I need nutrients or this tastes good, or rather than being mindful in a couple different ways is how I'm perceiving this, is like, first of all, really understanding and like smelling, taste, texture, like having a different relationship with food. And then also the biggest one for me is understanding when I'm full. Dude, I don't know about you guys. Sometimes I eat and I swear to God, I feel more hungry after. Like if I have a snack, like obviously when you're like, you've reached a limit of full, you know, like you if I gave you 100 chicken wings at some point, you'd be like, all right, this is it, dude, you know? But like sometimes I'll have like an afternoon snack and then I'll be like, now I'm starving. I wasn't even that hungry. I was maybe bored or something and I was having a snack and now I'm starving. Do you guys ever get that?
You woke up the beast.
Dude, for
with
real.
the food.
You never get that?
I have it, but when I don't think about eating it, actually, like when you spoke that you watch TV or some YouTube stuff and you eat, just put the food in your mouth. You don't think about it. That's how you
Mindless eating.
Yes, that's true.
But we should eat when we are hungry, or we should eat like the same time.
Andy, you're asking all the right questions, dude. I mean, you're totally right. This is the different thing, right? Is it depends so much on what you're doing and who you are. If you're an athlete, in my opinion, you can't just eat when you're hungry. You have to be thinking about the next training. You have to be thinking about recovering. So it's something I'm being extremely conscious of now, because to that point, like on my off days, it doesn't mean we just stop eating as much, but it also means I don't need to eat the same amount like I'm preparing for a morning lift session and an afternoon training. So for me, I'm starting to understand a little bit of like how to balance all of that to really optimize my health, because I'm in a position where I want to do that right now, and with my gut, I need to. But I got really. When did you ever get into like nutrition? You know?
I think I would say like 8 or even 10 years ago. 10 years ago when I was in Bełchatów, we had first time in our coaching staff, there was like a nutritionist. Not like every day, but she was once a week with us. She was preparing, she had an influence on what we eat, like when we go to the hotels for the away games. She was telling us like what to eat. I think right now she works with Legia Warszawa. Ula. So 10 years ago, first time. And since then, like I think I found my way of eating, but also I wasn't so consistent like with what I eat, because in my family house, my parents had this thinking like there is no meal without meat. Like you have to eat meat. Like when you eat breakfast, scrambled eggs, they have to be with bacon. When you eat some sandwiches, can be cheese, but also has to be ham on it.
Did you guys have to drink a glass of milk as a kid? I grew up in that. I had a tall glass of milk until I was 18.
Yeah, but also I was
day.
eating cereals in the morning many times with
sugar,
with milk, with sugar, like the worst cereals.
Man.
Yeah,
Added a scoop of sugar.
Spoons.
Dude, that's like some
Yeah.
shit my dad did, bro. That's hilarious.
yeah, and so there is no meal without meat. And after I met my wife, who at that time she was vegan, and like I was eating less meat, because we had this deal that when she is cooking at home, because I'm a terrible cook, like I cannot do right now maybe I'm better, but that time I could do like a boiled water for tea, and that's all, you know. And
bro, when you do barbecue, it's the best in the neighborhood, man.
Things changed since that time, but so we had this deal that when she's cooking at home, there is no meat, but when we go to the restaurant, like we eat what we want. So I ate really less meat since that time, and right now for 7 months already I'm not eating meat at all, just fish and all the other stuff, but no meat, because of my spine problems, and I went like strict with this, so I needed to change something, and I decided to quit eating meat, and I feel actually like the best right now. I have no problems with my knees and no problems with my stomach. Like I'm not drinking milk since many years because like I was like drinking my coffee with milk, and after running to the toilet, and this is stupid. Like every time you feel that your body is
rejecting
trying to say no to milk, but you keep drinking milk.
Yeah.
So I stopped with the milk. I drink oat milk when I want to have coffee with my milk, and I don't eat meat. I don't drink any alcohol right now for 7 months because it's also like nothing good for your body. And
what I love. Can I interrupt you really quick? What I love about this is like, you're in your 30s and you're still discovering things about your relationship with food. And to her point, she's like, and sometimes I crave like the, sweets and treats, like we all do, dude. And don't shame yourself for deciding to take that day and procrastinate all day and eat fucking popcorn and cake. Like if you like have that moment, but simultaneously, I think it's also, there's a lot of value in trying different things and understanding, being a little more mindful. How does that milk make me feel? How do I feel now that I'm not drinking every single day? How do I feel now that I'm not eating so much meat? Like there's so much to discover. So being curious about how do these things change my body or affect me, I think is really cool.
And this is also important to have this award for yourself for keeping the diet. Like if you have the goal, like okay, the Olympic going for the Olympics is a great goal and it's in the future, but for now, like to have some goal to be a better player, to be faster, I don't know, better in defense, jumping higher, etc. So you need a good diet. So if you like keep your diet for a week and you win the game or you have a good practice, is also really good, I think, for your mind to give an award to yourself. Like, I don't know, I like pizza, so maybe like pizza from time to time is not a bad idea. You can also choose pizza and pizza. Like there are some different kinds of pizzas, but yeah, it's good to have an award for your mind also to feel that, okay, I had a really good week and I'm pushing my body to the limits, so it deserves also something which is not so healthy but will make you feel better.
But I don't want to be a hater, but because it was a great advice, but don't you think that this girl is too young to think about food intuitively? Like she doesn't know so much like we know about food, life, bodies, so it's hard to start,
That's a fantastic
thought. And also maybe it's difficult for her to reach to the nutritionist to speak about what she needs.
And that's why we call the Volley Hotline. We're here to give you dietary.
So how would you start if you are on her place? Like how would you start?
Yeah.
I don't know. She said how old is she? She didn't say.
She didn't say, but here's, what's really interesting is she in some way insinuated she has some understanding. Well, she knows that like candy, for example, is doing nothing for her nutritionally to perform. So start there. Luckily, also, we live in a day and age where, yes, there's too many answers to your questions, which is why you need a trusted place like Volley Hotline. Send us your questions.
But I feel like she's like you, She knows all the answers. Just do it, man. Just do it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really interesting because it's the same idea with like meditation. And I remember a while back reading this article on like getting kids to meditate in kindergarten in like Sweden or something, that these kids were meditating at 5 years old. And I was trying to think of like, I wonder, when did I first start to be like self-aware? I don't know, dude. Like I know in college, I know in high school, maybe middle school, but like, I don't know. Do you guys remember like a moment or a time where like you were self-aware of the fact that like you have this part of you that operates and interacts with people, and then there's like this part of you that like watches you do that or hears you talk? And
it was not a long time ago. Like
I feel like I didn't have this moment yet.
Right. And that's why when I see kids like this who are already thinking like this, it's like, man, they're going to be stages ahead of us.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like,
but
for
also
sure.
because they have all these amazing podcasts that they can listen to and know things earlier. So what could be like the key, the first advice? Because for me, I feel like with great power that we have comes great responsibility, like in Spider-Man. So we cannot we have to do something for Zuzia. So we have to give her like the first advice which she can do actually. Like what would you do? What would you say? Like should she go to make a blood test, for example, to check her minerals inside her
Right.
body, and to like at least check how her body is working right now, like without all these diets. And
I
like,
wouldn't.
you wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because I think at a young age, you can make nutrition really simple, and it's going to have huge impacts for you as a child. Like, really simple. The simplicity is having a well-balanced meal. The simplicity is knowing if you're eating something that has one ingredient that you can pronounce, it's a great starting place. It doesn't mean you can't have pizza that's made of dough that has different things, or it doesn't mean you can't sometimes have, I don't know, cake that has some preservatives, or like, it doesn't mean that. But like, I think that someone said that once, where it's like, if you can't pronounce the thing that's in it, don't drink it or eat it. So when you get like Coca-Cola and there's all these color B4, xylitine,
numbers.
xanth gum, and I'm like, what's xanth gum? Like, then it's probably not great for you.
Yeah.
And then now that you have the knowledge, you can choose to drink Coca-Cola guilt-free. But if now you start to feel like, I drink that Coca-Cola and it gives me anxiety, or in fact it doesn't allow me to play, or now I'm not in the shape I want to be in because it's spiking my insulin or whatever, like, those are all feelings that you should have too. You don't always need to know all of the science. You don't need to be a nutritionist or a dietitian to take care of your health. That's the beautiful part about the human body. It gives you all the answers, you know,
I feel like
or all the tools.
I have a nice thought, because for sure you can have 2 points of view. If you think about the limit that you cannot eat this, you cannot do this, you put the pressure on yourself, and there will be some weak moment that you will eat this pizza, these candy bars, and you will be so unhappy. But if you think about the creation, that you create your healthy body, you create better body, you create better athlete.
Yeah, like Kelsey said, like your body is your weapon, and
But
you are.
if you don't limit yourself, but you think, man, I'm creating the better person every day, so you will look at this candy bar in a different perspective, way nicer, and you can decide if you want to be a better person, or you have this day off and you just.
Can I say
Yeah.
can I say something? So my nutrition, I'm gonna do my best here. I was always someone who, like, I was like skinny fat, let's say, where I like really skinny ends, but like I always carried a little baby fat. I always knew that, like,
Pretty flacco.
pretty flacco. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but sounds nice.
I love it. It does sound nice. But I was someone who was like, man, I think it would serve my knees specifically if I tried to lose more weight. That's what I wanted to do. And it just so happens that I was in a time where I was kicked off the second team at Hawaii, and I was in this like life or death. It's my chance to make a huge change in life. And I did. And I think I've talked about that before. We don't need to get into that. But the point is, I started working out a ton more. And I also started like getting into and Googling like basic nutrition of like, all right, I'm going to start eating chicken and rice and broccoli. And like, I just went hardcore with it. And after 3 months, I started seeing first ab. After 6 months, I started seeing second set of abs. So 4 abs, then 6. And dude, after the first 8 months, or in that 6 month period, I saw such transformations in my body. It did reconfirm to me of like, oh, these things are real. My nutrition makes a huge difference. I can see it in myself now. And that gave me the courage to just continue and get more into it and more into it. And eventually now I found like a healthy balance of like, okay, we don't want to go so far off the end that then we're shaming ourselves every time we want to, you know, have a Coke, or we want to have a beer with my friends or whatever. And at the same time, I learned so much from that experience of like being intuitive and being like, how do these things make me feel? They make me feel great. And working out is making me feel great also. And now I'm starting to see the results, because it's one thing to just feel. It's another thing to then also see and feel at the same moment of like, wow, look at this change that I'm making. I'm taking the control to do. So that was my experience of like nutrition, where it really had a huge impact on me. And to her point, like everyone is different, dude. So it's going to look different for everyone, for sure. But I wanted to share that because that
Yeah,
point of
yeah, Zuza, I think like one of the ideas which I can tell you is maybe to make some kind of like a bullet journal with your food, like to test how your body reacts for a certain food. Like, let's say you have a practice on Monday, so eat, I don't know, maybe your favorite pasta before this practice, and then like during the practice, stop for a moment when you drink water between exercises and think like how you feel. Are you feeling okay after what you eat before? Are you, I don't know, do you have some stomach ache maybe? I don't know, maybe you feel like maybe you should go to the bathroom, or Do you have power? Do you feel like you are really tired and you shouldn't be tired so much at the beginning of the practice? Like stop for a moment and think about what you feel inside, and then go back home and write it. Like write it really short, what you eat, because you know that you ate pasta with, I don't know, cheese and bacon, like some kind of carbonara. So I ate this. Okay, so I felt like this. Then before the next practice, then like the next day, eat something completely different. I don't know, just soup, maybe with vegetables, with without any meat.
Polish
like
soup, dude.
Maybe. And then try to think like the same. Do the same on the practice. Think how you feel, how it affects your body, and try different meals like before every practice. And then maybe you will find one or not only one, like few that are making you feel really good on the practice. And also maybe you will find the ones that make you feel really bad. And then you can like on this, like observing this, you can create your simple diet, or just to be strict with it only when you have practice. I don't know how many times a week she is practicing right now. At her age, I was practicing probably like 3 or 4 times a week. So you have also these days off without the practice. Then you have eat like more freely, like doing these cheat meals or taking some sweets, like have some fun also with it. But when you have the day of the practice, try to give good fuel to your body.
And I will say one last thought. Like, I think a really great angle is being curious. Like, I think curiosity wins always. So if you can frame this in a way of being curious about how these things do affect you, and you stay in that mindset of I'm so curious, and you're loving the novelty and discovery, I think that will carry on so much farther into understanding, and for you ultimately getting whatever it is you're seeking to get from the understanding of nutrition in your own body. And I think that we forget that a lot, because
what about the haters? Because she said also about the haters, like
haters.
Fuck, haters.
That's a good one, dude. Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I would love to know. Maybe it doesn't need to be even nutrition wise, because when she talked about haters, it sounds like maybe she's getting made fun of in some way. Or I know for me, like when I sucked at volleyball, and I'm not saying she sucked, I don't know. I'm doing my best not to offend anyone, honestly, just talking right now, because this is out of love and just trying to help. But I wanted to know from you guys, like, do you remember a time where you were you guys ever picked on, or maybe it's volleyball related or maybe not, but like, do you have any recollection of a time where like you were really hated on? Or maybe even like, I mean, Andre, dude, you're like posting stuff all the time, like anyone being like, your podcast sucks.
No, I had haters in my team because I was small and skinny, and they were laughing at me. And there were guys who already had, I think we spoke about it already in some different episode, that I was the kid who was growing really late, like getting some manly muscles and hair on my legs and hair here on my beard. And
which having hair on your beard doesn't make you a man, by the way.
Yeah, but it means like the guys are, I don't know, getting more strength. You know, the guys were taller than me. I was like the skinny kid, and tried to do some technical stuff to compete with them, because they were so strong. And that time I had a doubt if I can like compete with all these guys. And then slowly my body started to follow like the like development of the hormones and everything. Like they made me grow. And of course I'm the lucky guy, because I had tall grandparents, parents, and like genetically I'm prepared to be tall guy, and it's easy to play volleyball when you are tall, but not everybody has this opportunity. But what I'm trying to say, that patience and having a goal in front of you can make this road for you easier. And for sure everywhere will be some haters, but still, if you have this goal which you are trying to follow and reach this goal, it's easy. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's easy to say that, try to avoid haters, but how to, because I also feel that many kids struggle with it, that they are so down with the emotions during this trip to their goals, that they quit really soon because of all the haters. And I think it's also like really difficult for them to follow and to deal with it like on your own. Like maybe sometimes it's good to speak with the coach, like what you feel, like what are your struggles. Not only, of course, you can send the video to us, but this is not a joke. Like maybe you need some smarter people to speak with, like some psychologists also, to tell what you feel inside. Because I feel like many kids have these problems, and not many have the courage to tell to. Sometimes it's easier just to stop to practice or stop to play because people around are telling you that you are a shitty player and you will not get ever to your goals. And it's the easiest way, like to quit, to don't have these haters anymore around you.
It's easier to procrastinate in silence and not publicly on a podcast.
Yeah, and so maybe like first tell your coach what you feel. If you have a bad day, if you have like some people around you, some other kids who are pushing you down, and feel
to that point too. I think that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who share a common goal. Like I'm sure she has to have even a couple friends who also love volleyball and want to get better and want to also care about their nutrition and want to also find Vince Carter's jump program and do it every Tuesday at my house. Like, dude, find those people and be friends with them. Like, that's the part that doesn't get talked about in my story to like what I was able to do physically when I was kicked off the second Division I team is I had 2 or 3 other guys that we met every single day and was just like talking shit to each other. And like, that was our way of like friendly pushing each other to like, you won't, like to do something. That's where I started. You won't, doesn't matter. But like that, I think is so underutilized is the power of community in these issues. It's like, you're not alone. We're constantly still discovering how does food make us feel. We're constantly still feeling like I'm my biggest hater, dude. I'm like, Taylor, your vlog's fucking lame, dude. You're going to do that? You're an idiot. Why would you do that? Like I can be my biggest hater. So it's like, that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people who want to do things, who aren't afraid to fail, and who have a common idea. And so to that point, I just think it's really, first of all, it's nice to know you're not alone. And I think you don't have to do it alone. It doesn't have to be this like wake up at 4 when everyone's asleep and go on that jog. And like, it doesn't have to be this big dramatic thing, you know?
Yeah, but you know how it can be. Like it can be that you are the worst player in your team, let's say, and you are a kid and all the other kids are laughing at you. So I think like the good mindset is not to race with them, race with yourself. Like try to be each day better player. Like you don't have to be better than them. Be better than you were like the day before. Try to speak with the coach like how you can improve in reception, in defense, in service, in every element, and do this exercise even on your own. If you like, you can go in front of the wall and try to work on your passing or setting or whatever, and just try to be every day better than you were yesterday, and don't race with the kids like around you.
Because there is this saying that comparison is a thief of joy, right? So you cannot compare to other guys. You just look in the mirror and say to yourself after the hard work day that you did your best and you're a better player, and
dude,
that's it.
And you know what? Like it's kind of like the advice from the last episode about kind of this idea of if you want to tell your teammates that like what they're doing, you don't like it, you have to be the best example of it. And so I think this is a similar case of if you're that example, let's say you're the worst one on your team, but you're getting extra reps, you're showing up and working hard. It's clear that you're seriously into it. Even if you're a bully, it's not fun to bully someone who's playing dead, you know? So it's like how much you give into that will also, I think, reflect how much people are going to want to hate on you. And when people see someone like genuinely giving effort and doing their best, you don't want to hate on that person. You want to hate on the person who like feels phony or like, you know, or is just like easy pickings. Yeah. But when people are really trying hard, you're like, damn, I respect that. And so that's, I think, another thing to consider as well when it comes to haters is like exactly what I just said.
But they're just jealous.
Yeah, it is a difference between like criticizing somebody or being a hater or criticizing somebody because like you have a position that you can criticize, and this is like constructive criticism, like, it go.
Incredible English phrase.
Thank you. And this criticism will no. This is not
Constructive criticism.
constructive criticism will make you a better athlete next day. Like it will open your eyes for some case, and it will make you be a better person and better athlete.
Because you know what's really, really interesting is like kind of like you were mentioning before, where it's like it's so easy to talk about like even us to say the right. How do you deal with haters? Well, this is how you deal with haters. You just focus on yourself, and like it's so easy, right? And guess what? They're true. The solutions are simple. Like the things we're saying, they are true. And then sometimes, like, it's just in my nature to always be like, but how do you really feel when someone's like really hating on you and you really want to give up? Like, are you really going to be able to just be like, yep, I just got to keep staying in my lane. Okay, yeah, I see you there, like throwing their food at you at lunch or something. You're like, yep, I know. Well, yeah. You know, like, or like, what are you going to do? Like, what's really going to, and that's what I keep going there in my mind. It's like, what's that thing that like, we can say all those good things, but it's got to really mean something. And that's why I think, again, like having a community, have your gang, have your tribe of people, because you can't always do it alone. And you don't have to. We weren't designed to handle all this shit alone. We weren't designed to be an entrepreneur and have like 1,000 different projects and do all of them on your own. You need people to help you. You're not designed to play volleyball one-on-one. You need a team.
Yeah.
Like it's so important to have those people in your life.
And it's also important to change this hate into a fuel to reach your goals. Like you can
That's true.
build yourself from this hate. Like, okay, I will show you. Like you are laughing at me. Okay, I will show you. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But I have my way to my goal, and I will show you one day, and make this like drive you in a positive way. I know it's difficult.
No, I think the point of that to me is find what's real to you and use that. Maybe it's love. Maybe it's hate. It doesn't matter really what it is, but figure out what it is that really gets you wanting to take charge in your own life, and take a hold of that. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable about that with people close to you, and like make it a reality and run with it, because ultimately we can give you as much advice as we could want to and try our best, but it's got to mean something for you in order for you to make any sort of change, in order for you to block out haters and to really focus on the dreams of wanting to play in the Olympics and be the best you can be, you know?
Yeah, and also I feel like you don't have to be skinny and in perfect shape to be a gold medalist in Olympics.
Lots of examples of that.
Lots of examples.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's like it's not the beauty contest. Like it's different. It's about different things than how you look. Like this is not the most important. This could be one of the solutions, like to make your body look like 100% fit and everything. But it still doesn't make you a gold medalist in any discipline. Like you have to,
for sure. And I know for like on the men's side of thing, it's like most men are obsessed with like being jacked and ripped, you know. But like most ripped dudes are not great at volleyball, because that's not actually what's necessary. Most ripped dudes I know have knee problems. I'm not just saying that because I have a knee problem, okay? That sounded like such a douchey thing to say because I have a knee problem. That's not what I meant. But you know, like carrying...
And
like,
suddenly my knee started to hurt. Like, oh.
It's just like not the thing to focus on. It's like focus on getting better at the thing you want to get better at. And along the way, you learn so much about yourself and things that are related and unrelated to volleyball, and you build and cultivate a relationship maybe deeper with yourself, and you have a better understanding of yourself and people around you that you really care about, the people who are really your friends. And eventually you don't see haters because you're so in your own world that you've created, you know?
Yeah. Zuza, I think we keep our fingers crossed for you. And
I
hope this video from Kelsey will make you motivated to reach all your goals. And I think also for you other guys, if you like what we are doing here, please subscribe our channel and watch our other stuff, because this was episode number 5.
We're done. One question again. One hit wonders.
But it's enough for us, like 1 hour, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for today.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. I thought maybe we'd get into more questions, but dude, time is just flying. We have way too much to say. So we will say, please send in your questions, even though right now we're at a pace of 1 question an episode. We are getting your questions for those of you who have submitted. We appreciate them. We're going to find ways to maybe the next episode we'll answer more in one episode. But sometimes like great
Maybe.
questions like these, like, dude, I don't know. Yeah.
That's not a promise.
Yeah, that's not a promise, but I do promise you this. I'm going to do a better job of being an actual man,
we are waiting for your vlog.
Yes.
We will put the link to your vlog under this video.
Otherwise, I
Hopefully, it
will
will be the
donate.
next episode.
Yeah, okay, let's get out of here, dude.
Okay, see you on the
Love
next
you
one,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.